Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On this video today I'm going to be showing you how to make this strapless rose flounce, and if it's something you're interested in, then keep watching. And this is the part 2 of this video. This is the part 2. If you've not yet watched the part 1, then I advise you to just click on the link on the description box to watch the part 1 of it. All you have to do is to click on the link on the description box. So let's just continue from where we stopped. Like I said in the part 2, I was just following my chopped area as a guide, the area that we chopped down as a guide, and the more I go, I'm just pleating it at every step I take. So I was just pleating it. You can see the way I was pleating it. I was just pleating it, following the chopped area as a guide. Now, something you should know about this pleating aspect is that you must not pleat in the same direction. You can pleat making it to face opposite direction. So if you pleat facing the right part, the second part you can pleat facing the left part. So it must not follow like the same direction of pleating. If you notice what I'm doing here, my own pleating was facing the same direction. That was just because I wanted it to be so. But if you do not want yours to be like that, you can just pleat it facing the opposite direction. I think that way it will come out more better, right? So that's just what you can do. So I just opened up this remaining rose flounce because that was where I wanted to stop. I just opened it up, and then I'm going to be closing it in instead of leaving it bare. You can see the way I'm going to be closing it in. So I'm going to close it in first before I start pleating again, because that's the area that we are going to stop at. This part is where we are going to stop at. So I just close the area with my machine. I went ahead to bring it back to my machine, and then I'm just going to continue pleating until I exhausted it. So you could see the way I folded it in. So that is the area that I'm going to be stopping at. So I'm just going to be stitching it multiple times to secure it. After stitching our flounce, you could see what it was looking like. You could see the pleated areas that I was telling you about. Now we are just going to go to the middle part. You can see that the middle part is spaced, so you could see the stitchings, the stitched area is showing. So we are going to cover that up. Remember this area at this middle point that I told you guys to fold it as much as you can, just to make sure the area is filled. This middle point, I just went ahead to spread it open using my hands. I spread it open, and then I'm going to be tacking it using needle and thread. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I just want the area, that's the middle area, to be filled up. So when you are starting to stitch your flounce, when you start stitching your flounce, you have to make sure you fold that middle part as much as possible, so that when you are done, you just open it up and stitch. And you guys, there was something I noticed while making this outfit. For this part, this material that I was using here was a very light material. So after I did this, that is after I did the flounce and everything, I noticed that the flounce were like falling off. It was not having any strength. So when you are making your own, I advise that you use a material that is hard, like a satin will go for it. A satin will be good. And even if you are using a material that is not hard enough, then you can use a hairstay on it. You can just iron a hairstay on it just to give it strength. So that is what I advise. Now you can see what it was looking like after I was done. Please pardon the lightning, the camera was not showing what it was looking like enough, so just excuse that. But after I tacked it, this is what it's looking like. I also went ahead to tack every other area because it was literally falling off, so I just had to tack it together. So I advise, if you use a hard material, you will not have to tack it like the way I tacked it, so that was a lot of stress. So I'm going to stitch this bottom part, and after stitching it, I just turned this open so you could see the area I stitched, how it was looking like after I was done stitching it. Now this part is my back area, and of course you'll see the space I left for the zipper allowance. So that's the back area. I'm just going to be placing it on top of the front, and then I'm going to be taking my body measurement, that's the bust measurement and the waist measurement, and then I'm just going to stitch it together. And you can see, like I said, this area is for the zipper allowance. I've not yet put my zip, so that one is going to come later. I'm just going to be stitching it, and then I'll turn it to the front for you to see. And after stitching it, this is what it was looking like. You would see I stitched both areas, so this is what it's looking like after I was done stitching. And of course I'm going to go ahead to attach my zip to the zipper allowance area. To make the gathers, the first thing I'm going to do is to get the division of my front, that's the middle part of the front, and this is it at the bottom area. We are going to be attaching our gathers at the bottom area, and if you are following the thumbnail, the gathers is at the left hand side. So if you want yours to be like that, then that's fine. This fabric is on fold right now for the gathers. I just measured out my desired length. For the longer part, it is 34 inches, but I added 1 inch for folding allowance. So the second part, that's the second gathers, I'm minusing 5 from 34, giving me 29 inches. Now for the width of both, the first and the second part widths are going to be the same. So for the width of it, I'm using my waist as the width of it. So my waist is 24 inches. 24 divided by 2 is 12 because it's on fold, so I'm using 24 inches width for it. So I'm going to be folding the two long areas of the gathers, that's the two long areas of the gathers, and then I'm also going to be folding the bottom part. The upper area I'm not going to be folding it because that area is where I'm going to be drawing my gathers with. I am going to be repeating what I said. You would want to get the middle part of your front. So this is my own middle part of my front. So what I just did was to divide the circumference to get the middle part of my front. So I just chopped it down, and then you can see that the middle part is giving me 6 inches because my waist is 24. And then I'm going to be turning it to the back area. I'm going to be turning it to the back area. Remember, this part is 6 inches. So calculating it is how we are going to determine the width of your gathers. And then I turned it to the back area, and then I calculated the middle part of it, the back area, and then I got the division of it. That's the back area from that point to the zipper allowance is 6 inches. I divided 6 into 2, and then it gave me 3 inches. So 6 plus 3 is 9. So we're going to be drawing our gathers to be 9 inches because that's where the gathers is going to stop. I hope you understand. 6 plus 3 is 9. So in total, this here and then this other area is 9 inches. This two chalked area, the length is 9 inches. Now this is what is looking like after I folded the bottom points and the longer areas. You can see what is looking like after I folded them together. I also went ahead to stitch the shorter and the longer piece together at the upper point, so not at the bottom point or at the lengthy area, just at the upper point. And I also double stitched it because I'm going to be drawing it to be 9 inches that we calculated. Remember the 9 inches we calculated, so I'm going to start drawing the gathers to be 9 inches that we calculated. Remember, this area, the shorter and the longer piece, was only stitched together at the upper point, not the bottom point. So that is the only area that is holding them together, the upper area, which we are drawing as gathers. So I'm going to be drawing these gathers to give me what, 9 inches in width. You guys, if you're watching this video and you have subscribed to my channel, you're an old subscriber or you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And then if you have not yet subscribed, thank you too, because I know you are going to subscribe to my channel. If you subscribe, you are going to gain a lot of value from my videos. My videos are packed with lots of values and they are very easy to understand. So please don't hesitate to like, to subscribe, and to also comment and share to your other friends that love sewing a lot. Thank you. I just kept on drawing the gather, and at some point I will check if it's giving me 9 inches, and if it's not giving me 9 inches, then I'm going to keep drawing the gather. So you have to make sure it gives you 9 inches exactly, no need for allowance. So we are going to be attaching our gathers to this chalked area and also to the back. So the gathers is going to be coming from the middle part of the front all the way to the quarter part of the back. I hope you understand. So we are not going to be attaching our gathers like this. That's why it is not neat at all. We are going to be turning it over. You could see the way I turned it over, and then I'm going to be placing it at the part that the chopped area started from, and then I'm going to be stitching it all over to the back. I'm going to be stitching it all over to the back, stopping at the quarter part of my back. So that's just what I'm going to be doing. And you guys, after stitching it, this is what it's looking like. You could see how it is looking, very easy and simple. So this really came out nice. So that's just what it's looking like. I'm going to be attaching my zip off camera, and thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys on my next tutorial.